Hello everybody, this is Dr. GP Sudhakar, Professor Management from India. Right, see, this specific video is about writing a book. How to write a book? How to write a management book? How to write a management book? Writing a book. Right. See, basically, see the whatever I am sharing, it is based on my personal experience, right, of writing books and papers. Right, just see, basically, broadly, management books are of three types. Are of three types. First one is what? Textbook. First one is textbook. Right. See, second category of books are review. Review based. Review based are research oriented books. Research oriented. Research oriented books. Right. And third category are experiential books. Experiential books. Like this, we can categorize management books into three different categories. See, the methodology you follow, the approach you write in that book varies with respect to these categories. If you are writing a textbook, you have to follow one methodology. If you are writing a review-based book, you have to follow one methodology. If you are writing a experiential book, you have to follow one methodology. Right? See, basically, let's move on and discuss about textbook. Let's move on and discuss about textbook. See, when you are writing a textbook, you keep these things in mind. First, what is the title of the book? First comes title of the book. Right. Title of the book also have at the most 8 words. At the most 8 words. At the most max 8 words. And also one more way is have a major title. Have a major title in 2-3 words. One more way to do. Major title have 3 words. And minor title or subtitle called subtitle. Subtitle have 4 words or 4 to 5 words. 4 to 5 words. That way also you can have a title. That way also you can have a title. Right. For example, organizational behavior, you want to write a textbook. Organizational behavior, perspectives and practices. Or organizational behavior, new current trends. Organizational behavior, current trends. Like that you can have subtitle. You can have subtitle. Right. See, next one is what, after title, you should identify the scope. What is the scope you want to cover? What is the, you should have in your mind, is it a broader scope, or you should have a scope which can be doable. Don't plan for very huge scope, and executing the project would be difficult. See, for writing a textbook, my own experience, it takes 2 to 3 years writing one textbook of having 300 to 400 pages. If you are a single author, if you are a single author, it will take 3 years. If you are consistently every day you are putting the effort, it takes 3 years to write a 300-page textbook. If you are spending 2 hours or per day, something like that, 2 to 3 hours a day, right? 2 to 3 years it takes writing a book, 300 pages book. See, widely across the management books, my advice would be, don't plan for use 800, 900 or 1000 pages book. You plan for 200 to 400 pages varying book. Ideal case would be 300 pages book because it should be readable. The moment you hold the bulky book, you get a nap. You get a nap, right? If you are able to read 300 pages, that should be alright. There will be some learning. So 300 pages would be the ideal case for writing a book. Because I do like that. So right. So that is, you should limit the scope also. No, you don't have broader scope which will runs through years. No, for that you have to have a team and development who will write. If you are writing alone, no, my advice would be have 200 to 300 pages or no, something like that. That should be all right if you are writing alone, right? So the scope is we should have scope in mind, right? So next another one is the methodology. Another one is the methodology. What is the methodology you are following of writing a book? This is the most important. Methodology. Methodology is most important of writing a book, right? So what is that methodology for writing a textbook? What you have to do? You have writing textbook, right? For example, your textbook means what you are writing for specific universities purposes. Specific universities purposes. Then what you have to do? Go through 5 6 universities, 5 to 6 universities syllabus, 5 to 6 universities syllabus of that specific subject. For example, you want to develop organizational behavior textbook, right? So you download the 5 to 6 universities syllabus, right? And also go through the collect some journal papers, collect some journal papers, right? 40 to 50 papers. Next, what do you do? Right, after these two, develop the syllabus. Develop the syllabus. What you want to cover? What you want to cover? This is the syllabus for this textbook. This is the syllabus for this course I want to plan. Right. So syllabus, develop the syllabus because that will be the chapterization next. So after doing that, what do you have to do? You prepare the chapterization for the book, a table of contents. Table of contents. Because your syllabus gives what are the chapters and topics, right? So you have the table of contents, right? So then what do you do with this? Whatever table of contents you have planned, chapter 1, topic 1, topic 2, like this you planned. Similarly, chapter 2, topic 1, topic 2, like this. You have a comparison matrix. You have a compare. You go through what are the comparative books in the market. 4 5 take competitive books, competitor books in the market. 4 5 books. Have a comparative study. Have a comparative study. So this book has whether this book has discussed topic 1, this book has discussed topic 2, no, like that. You tick mark. Take unique topics which are in your syllabus. What you have taken. Take unique which are not covered. You have matching ones maybe 10 to 20%. Have 10 to 20% of the matching content. Okay, maybe you can repeat, but other topics would be unique topics. You have it, right? Next comes the final chapterization. Next comes the final chapterization. After comparative study, you get the chapterization, right? You will be deleting some topics and you will be adding some topics after comparative study. Right. Then you got the final chapterization for the book. Right. So it is for a 300 page to 400 page book, it is advisable to have around 20 chapters. Around 20 chapters for the book, each chapter running through 15 to 20 pages. Right. You have each chapter you have at the most 15 to 20 pages, and book you plan it for 300 pages or around that. Right. 300 pages. Right. Or 400. Right, that should be the right approach. You should plan how much size I should have for the chapter. Don't exceed single chapter. You don't have 50 60 pages and other chapters 10 pages like that. You follow the uniformity across all the chapters with respect to the number of pages, with respect to the format also, with respect to the format template you are using for chapterization, chapter each chapter, that also you have unique a unique template for all chapters, have number of size pages also, mostly should be very closer, very equal, right? Uniformity across all the chapters, right? That should be one of the case, right? So after chapterization, what do? You have got final chapters, right? You have done the comparative study. You have got the final chapterization, right? That means you have the list of chapters. Each chapter, what are the topics you are having after this exercise, right? Then what do you do? Take chapter 1. Take each chapter, right? Each chapter. What do you do? Collect 10 to 15 articles or journal articles. 10 to 15 reference articles. 10 to 15 reference articles for each chapter, right? So then start writing the chapter. I will tell you what is the typical structure of a book, what is the typical structure of a chapter also. I will share it with you, right? So then collect 10 to 15 articles as reference articles and write the chapter. I will share with you the template of the chapter, right? So like that you have to do for all the chapters, right? So collect reference articles for that specific chapter, and then start writing the paper, writing the chapter, right? So you complete the same process for all the 20 chapters of the book, right? This is one way to do. This is called top down approach. This is called top down approach. This methodology is nothing but the top down approach. Top down approach. This methodology is the top-down approach. You started with the syllabus, then you digged into the different comparative study you have done. You have identified the chapters. Each chapter topics also you have identified based on the comparative study. Then you went to each chapter and collected the references for that specific chapter and written the book. This is called top-down approach. This is called top-down approach. Top-down approach. Right. So second approach is what? Bottom up approach. Second approach is called bottom up approach. Bottom up approach. What is this approach of writing a book? Bottom up approach. So for example, you want to write a textbook on modern organizational behavior. Modern organizational behavior. That could be your title, right? You want to title your book as modern organizational behavior. Right. What do you do? So this is the title you have gone. Modern organizational behavior. This is the title you want to keep for your book. Then what do? You first collect the reference articles. First collect using different keywords. Using different keywords. See, we discussed, right? For example, you planned 20 chapters for the modern organizational behavior book. You planned 20 chapters. That means minimum you should have 300 reference articles. 200 to 300 reference articles you should have. Right. Collect the reference articles. Collect 200 to 300 using different keywords. Modern keywords you have to use. 200 articles or papers. Then what we do here is the just observe. Keep following. See, you have collected 200 to 300 articles, right? Then group them into related articles. Related articles you pull out one by one. For example, organizational structure related articles, make them as one group. After taking hard copy or whatever is the one, you group them as one group. Organizational structure related, one group of source articles. Organizational culture related, one group of source articles. Individual behavior related, one group of source articles. You bunch them into different groups of reference articles. What is that you got at the end of the exercise? By seeing the title of the source articles, you can do that exercise based on your knowledge and experience over the domain. After grouping the each article, what do? You title that specific group. This is organization structure trends. This is organization culture trends. No? Individual behavior and attitude. That is the chapter name. So you title that each chapter. That means this group of source articles will be the reference articles for this chapter organization structure. This group of source articles are reference articles for the organization title chapter. This group of reference articles are reference articles for the individual behavior and attitude chapter. Like that, you do the chapterization. That is called chapterization. Chapterization. So this is the bottom-up approach. First you collected on a bunch of 200 to 300 articles, then grouped them into different chapters. Right. Next, move on. You got the reference articles, right? That means, for example, chapter 1 has got 10 reference articles. You read all the 10 articles. You will get a thought, right? How I should structure a chapter. Right. So then write each chapter. Then write, take one chapter, read 10 articles, 15 articles, reference articles, and then write the specific chapter. You already got the chapter names, right? By seeing comprehensive consolidated view you had at each group, and you title the chapter, right? So that way, this is called bottom up approach. This is called bottom up approach of writing a book. This is called bottom up approach of writing a book, right? So this is one methodology, top down approach methodology, and this is the bottom up approach methodology. This kind of methodology we can follow to develop a textbook. Write a textbook for specific universities, or across the management discipline, we can follow this approach, right? So I will tell you the typical structure of a book and also typical structure of a chapter. Okay, let's move on. I will share you the typical structure of a book. What all should be the contents of a book? So this is we are talking about the textbook with respect to textbook, right? So what should be the book structure, book contents, book structure? How it should be? First, title should be there. Next comes author name and affiliation. Author and affiliation. Next comes about the author, you can include no copyright, other things will be inserted by the publisher. Publisher will see inside the next page, copyright page and all, right? So this is this is the third page is the about the author. About the author, you include your profile, a brief profile about the author, right? Next comes the acknowledgements. Next comes acknowledgements. To whom you would like to thank over the process of developing 1 or 2 years you spent on the book. You specify the thanks to them, right? That is acknowledgements. Next what? Next would be the preface. Next would be the preface. Preface means it gives gist of all the chapters. It will be a brief about each chapter. Chapter 1, chapter 1, individual attributes, discusses so and so. You have 3-4 sentences for each page chapter. In the preface, you have 3-4 sentences or 5 sentences for each chapter in the book. In the preface, you describe preface, what is the domain it is into, right? Then have a gist of each chapter, chapter 1 to chapter 20. One paragraph for each chapter, 4-5 sentences. That is preface. And also, for example, some books will be there like this. Some books, if you are reading in sequence 1 to 20 chapters, 1 to 3 like that, 20 chapters, if you read in a serial, that should be alright. The book can be read in a serial. Some books will be there like, a flow will be different. Flow means, for example, you have read chapter 1. Read chapter 1. So immediately the flow would be chapter 5. Another reading plan. Reading plan for the book also you should specify. Next after chapter 5 you go through chapter 7. Like this or chapter 3. Then go to chapter 4. Like this you advise. which is the reading sequence. In the preface itself, you specify the chapter reading sequence. Chapter reading sequence. If it is not the normal reading sequence, right? That is about preface. Next, after preface, what comes? Abbreviations. Abbreviations. For example, you used ADB. ADB means Asian Development Bank. Similarly, BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. Like this, what are the abbreviations you used in the textbook? You specify all the abbreviations in a table, provide a table, abbreviations. Right. Next, include a table of figures. Table of contents we have not specified. No, one moment. Here, after a chapter reading sequence, you have the table of contents here. Table of contents. Table of contents, you know it, right? Each chapter, topic, and page numbers will be there. Right. So, table of contents, you have it. Next, you have the abbreviations. Next, you have table of figures. Next, you have table of figures. Right. Next, you have table of sorry, list of figures and list of tables. I think I used inappropriate words. One moment. Here it is list of figures and list of tables. List of figures and list of tables. Right. So table of contents you have abbreviations. Next list of figures. Next list of tables you have. Next move on to the next move on to the chapter 1. Next move on to chapter 1. Right. So like this you have chapter 2. You move on to chapter 20. Chapter 20. So like this you have, right, after 20 chapters what do you discuss? If any references, see, it is best practice to include the references at the end of each chapter. Include the references at the end of each chapter. For example, in chapter. Otherwise, some books will have references or bibliography at the end of the book. Right? You have references or bibliography at the end of the chapter. Right? So next what? Any appendices. You know, any exhibits you want to specify. For example, you want to specify standard, industry standard. You specify as appendix, right? Or you want to present something, you specify it. So like this table of contents, a book structure will look like this, and last would be the index. Index means keyword search, useful for the keyword search in the book. Index would be the automated index generation is also there. Some of the tools they will generate, right? So index. This is how a typical structure of a book goes on. Typical structure of a book goes on, right? So now let's move on and see what is the structure of a chapter. Just focus couple of minutes. Title, author and affiliation, about the author, acknowledgements, preface, and chapter reading sequence. Then followed by table of contents. Next, abbreviations followed in the book, list of figures, list of tables, and each chapter followed by references or bibliography, appendices, and then index. So this is a typical structure of a book, right? So now let's move on and see what is the structure of a chapter. What is the structure of a chapter? Right. Each chapter structure. Chapter structure, what is that? Each chapter, right? For example, we can have introduction to each chapter. Introduction to chapter. First section would be introduction to chapter. Next one would be what? That what is the major topic we are going to. In the introduction, you specify. You can have two paragraphs. First, introduce that broader area of the chapter, and second paragraph you will say in this chapter so and so topics are discussed. so and so concepts or topics are discussed. In second paragraph you specify it, right? So next what, section, other sections will start. This is probably a section. If you are writing a chapter 6, let us say chapter 6. Okay, this is 6.1, this is 6.2, and usual keywords, organization structure, or detailed organization, different forms of types of organization structures, can be one section, right? Types of organization structure. Now before that you can have definition of organization structure, that could be one section. So like this you have up to 10 sections. At the most you have 10 sections in a chapter. At the most you have 10 sections in a chapter, right? 7 to 8 or 9 would be all right, right? Chapters, sections in each chapter, right? Next, conclude this or summary. You write the summary, write it in bullet points summary, right? Next what, include the references. Include references used for the chapter. References used for the chapter. Some books will follow specifically the keywords also. What are the unique keywords you used in the chapter? Keywords, include the keywords, right? Next comes what, you know uh, questions. Questions, you can give two three type of questions. One is MCQs, you can give multiple choice questions, or descriptive type questions you can give for their checking their learning purpose. Descriptive type, readers learning purpose, descriptive type questions. And third one is, any problem solving questions also you can give. Problem solving questions, right? And after questions, what do? Give a caselet. Caselet after theoretical conceptual questions, a caselet. Provide a caselet specific to organization chapter name. If it is specific to organizational culture, you specify one caselet specific to organization culture. At so and so organization, this is the organization culture. This is the organization culture, right? You specify a brief caselet and provide discussion questions in the caselet. You can also provide discussion questions in the caselet, right? So like this, a chapter structure will look like this. Chapter structure looks like, right? So far what is that we discussed? We have started with how to develop a textbook. We have discussed what is the methodology, top down approach or bottom up approach of developing a textbook. We discussed chapterization, we discussed, and then we have seen typical structure of a book, we have seen, and then typical structure of a chapter also we have seen, right? So now I will tell you some problem areas. Problem areas in the sense where you need to focus, where you need to focus, right? For example, section numbers. Following the serial number is one of the usually others miss. Following the serial number in section numbering, right? That is one key area. Other area is what, for example, you are including figures, right? If you are including figure 6.1, similarly table 6.1, hello, have separate sequence for figures, separate sequence for tables, data tables what you are providing, and you check whether they are serial. For the next figure, it should be figure 6.2, figure 6.3, like that. So whether you are following the serial in that sequence or not, you have to check. Figure number should be in serial. Similarly, table number should be in serial. That also we miss sometimes, right? One of the key area, right? And specifying references is one more key area, right? And any exhibits also you can have as a in the chapter, each chapter. If you want to specify any exhibit, this is the process this organization is following, this is the product portfolio they are having, you have like a exhibit. You have like a exhibit, right? So that should be all right. That is about book structure and chapter structure. Right. So let's move on and learn about another type of books. This is about textbooks. So far we discussed about textbooks. So you can develop a textbook by following this kind of methodology. Right. So another type of work is the review based work. See, another type of book is the review based book. Review based or research oriented books. So this, for example, you are converting your thesis into a textbook, into a book. It will be review based book or it will be research oriented book. You are converting thesis into a book, right? Otherwise, this mainly focuses on the literature review. Literature review. Different it considers as source articles. For review based books, what are the source articles? Source articles can be empirical studies, source articles, references, empirical studies, or review based studies, conceptual studies, and case studies. And case studies. They all will become the sources for a review based study. You will read them and then so and so author has found out this, or you will specify like this is what is the finding of which paper, each researcher in this so and so article. Like that, it is the review based study. It is morely useful for the research purposes. For the outcome can be you can develop models in that review based book. You can develop model, or you can give. This should become input to the primary research, whoever is doing the primary research, right? So this is a kind of review based book. So another type of book is experiential books. Experiential books will be, for example, Abdul Kalam's the Wings of Fire. Some of the books. They talk about what is their management experience. Some of the leadership experiences, or any time management experience. Somebody will say that also. Time management. Some of the experiential what in different organizations, what are the others have experienced, they will mention in this type of book. Sometimes it will include specifying people, context, organizational context, practice followed, and challenges they encountered. All that will be specified in the experiential book. Books written by the others, that is their personal own experience in the organizations. These are experiential books, are also useful for the management learning purposes. Based on projects they achieved success, or what challenges they encountered, we will come to know going to the book, right? So like this, three different types of textbooks can be there in management. We can write with respect to management. First one is the textbook, and other one is the review based or research oriented book, and third one is the experiential books, right? Hope I think we covered the book structure also and each chapterization and some of the key areas also I shared. I think yeah, you have at least at the most 300 to 400, so that the book would be more readable and handy. It should be handy, right? Thank you, thank you. I think I shared whatever I want to cover. Thank you, everybody.